but I guess it's one of those things where you can either go on the Invoker or you can go on the Weaver, right? Like say you're in like a 5-on-5 scenario, which as Alliance's team may or may not happen. We don't know yet. But it kind of forces the Bat Rider to decide like which hero is better to lasso in any given situation. But it also means that the Weaver is going to have a lot harder of a time making any split push happen. Because typically you're going to build right into a Linken's as Weaver, but Bat Rider is going to have his blink well before that. So assuming that's the case, they're probably looking to draw this game out a little bit longer, I think. Yeah.
Question for you. Weaver normally doesn't go BKB.
Normally, right.
I mean, could go as a very late game item, but you get Linken's and then you want some damage, because if you go Linken's BKB, you don't do anything.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I see Evil Geniuses, and I see two heroes that are very specifically about stopping BKBs, which is Bat Rider and Bane. Fiend's Grip and Lasso, two of the best abilities to stop BKBs. Invoker will not go BKB, AA is not going BKB, and Weaver isn't either. Why is Evil Geniuses picking these heroes? It's just they're good?
That's ridiculously good. Like, even against heroes who wouldn't go BKB, the power of pulling somebody out of position is nuts. Sorry, James.
No, I was just like going, well done. Bruno was looking at me like going, yeah, look how smart I am. And I kind of did the nod back like, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Good point.
Great.
Yeah, but
2 points, Bruno.
Fist bump.
1 point, Andy.
Don't leave me hanging.
What?
Huh? What? Oh, sorry. Fist bump.
Oh, they left you hanging, man. It's rough.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, their ultis in terms of what they can do is ridiculously strong. So it's not even bad if you are going to play through a BKB.
Now you get the Doom. Disable Glaives. It does.
It disables like everything.
Well, not everything. Not Assault Curasaur.
Not AC, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
They haven't changed that yet.
Yeah,
even though we put it.
Doesn't it disable Vlad's too?
Yes, it does. That's why it makes no sense.
But it doesn't disable AC.
AC. I don't know. I have to submit.
Can you
It's
go
more
fix that?
expensive an item, right? Like it could make sense.
Just go fix it right now.
I forgot about it.
Just put a patch in. It's happened before. There's been big patches during tournament games.
It's probably gonna be like self-fixed, and then you never know.
Isn't it just like changing a statement to like true or something?
Yeah, it is.
That's literally
It's just like remove AC from the list of exceptions.
Just can't do that.
I can't believe you didn't fix it already, Bruno.
Well, I just wanted to see if anyone else figured it out.
To be fair though, Doom is
it's only us talking about it.
Doom did just get nerfed though, like the ability Doom.
Yes.
Because now you can use Pipe and things like Flame Guard, whereas before the Doom would just go right through that. Now it actually gets absorbed. So he is a little bit weaker, but still a very good hero.
Yep.
Like, Alliance needs some sort of lockdown in a team fight as their last pickup. It's like, even if you play the Invoker as Quaswex, or you want to play in Zor.
It looks like a Lumi lineup.
It's like, yeah.
This looks like a Lumi lineup.
Like greedy as hell, no stuns.
Yeah, but like, that's what I mean. Like, even if you played Invoker, Quaswex, which I think you should, versus this lineup, you kind of need something else to get in there and do some damage. I mean, sure, the Doom can, have a Centaur.
Nice. He's going to go Exort.
I was actually going to suggest Rubik as a secondary support, stealing that Fiend's Grip, but they banned it out.
It's an aggressive tri-lane, that's why they're doing this. Like Weaver AA, then the Doom solos against the Bat, and then you have a tri-lane with, very good kill potential and diving potential against a Bane, who is not really good against a Baden, because you can just shield off the Nightmare, and you can dive super aggressively with a Weaver.
So just run at them, don't need stuns.
Yeah, but like, Dragon Knight, man, that's tanky. Luna, that's not something you necessarily want to run at. And then you've got the support of the Bane. I much prefer EG's lineup right here. It depends really how the Abaddon's going.
Alliances
but then a Kunkka.
Support Kunkka.
Looks like it.
Okay.
Been calling
Shout
it for
out
years,
to
man.
2010, right?
Yeah, like, it's actually
How
good.
many stuns does the Kunkka have?
2.
3. Half a stun.
Half a stun.
Okay.
2 stuns.
Well, when Bruno's playing Kunkka, like, yeah, half a stun is about right.
There's no reliable stun. The word reliable is important.
The reliable player, Bruno, that we needed.
It's pretty reliable, man.
Not early.
Well, as Kunkka, you're going to go like 102 as support.
Yeah, as a support, yeah.
So plus, you don't even actually need X with a Bane.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Assuming it's not like, if it's Chen versus Tri-Lane, I seriously doubt you'll ever land a Torrent. Like with that. You might land one just like by happenstance, but you're not going to get like a Nightmare into Torrent comp against the ranged heroes and in the Baden.
Do you think that Kunkka was picked mainly for his ulti as opposed to actually what he offers on his stuns and, kind of other abilities as a support? Just because the Alliance lineup with the Abaddon and, Doom being able to draw out fights pretty long, the Kunkka kind of gives you the same...
It negates the effects.
Yeah,
it lets you like weather the storm.
Yeah. Because otherwise, it looked like Alliance could, if they, even though they don't have stuns, can at least stand there, keep fighting, in terms of health regen and everything else, and then you know, with the AA ulti.
It gives them a way to actually be able to walk in and not have to worry about like Exo Invoker with Book, which I think is probably what's going to happen. Yeah. Because if you get a Wolf creep, you go Exo Invoker with Book, and you have a Weaver with Chilling Touch, like your damage output is ridiculous. You just focus somebody with auto attacks and a Cold Snap, and they're dead. Like there's not really any way you can come back from that. And because of the fact that they are going aggressive, there is the potential for Sunstrikes to land. It's a lot harder because they don't have any disables, but there is still the potential for kills to happen.
It's kind of a nice pickup. It'd be interesting to see how that Kunkka's going to work out. But it really could sway the team fights back in EG's favor, depending on what kicks off.
Correct me if I'm wrong, like you can't actually shield the X, correct?
No,
like
you cannot shield. You cannot shield X. No.
Okay, so I think this also gives a very reliable way to deal with the Weaver, because normally when you're initiating a stun, he has things like time lapse, Sakuchi gets out. But if he gets like X on you, it doesn't matter what you do. You're caught into a torrent and possibly into a bolt if you time things correctly as well. That's more than enough time for PPD to actually set up a grip or a lasso from Universe. So I think this is actually, especially from a support, I think you would just actually max X and max Torrent and maybe have 1 point to Tidebringer and just, you know, be your initiator, stunner, that kind of situation.
Yeah, could be. Loda going for the Kushi. Oh man,
they got a haste as well, okay.
Okay. Pick it up.
He wants it.
I think it's going to be chasing too far. Actually, there's no one nearby. Okay. There's no one nearby. He might actually be dead here.
He's dead.
Torrent. They didn't see him cast it. It's going to hit Ake, but it doesn't hit Loda, unfortunately.
There's a shield. It's going to go boom.
What's the shield purple?
Splat. Loda gets the first blood.
GG. EG versus Meet Your Makers coming up soon.
Yeah, the
Oh, yep.
Oh, see? Told you it was over.
The haste rune is the only rune that would have killed him there. Which is really unfortunate, because if it was a DD, even if the Weaver gets a DD, his Shikuchi's such a long cooldown at level 1.
It's unfortunate.
Well, it's unfortunate for Zai, but it's fortunate for Ake.
Do you think if he had Ice Vortex for the slow, you put the shield on Weaver, actually you don't have enough damage.
He had the shield anyway. Yeah, you don't have the damage, that's what I mean.
Actually, even what about Chilling Touch?
Even with a DD, he wouldn't have killed him. It's because Ake had the ability to chase and get like 3 extra Chilling Touch auto attacks off that he died. Or 4, however many it was.
We will mourn his death.
But yeah, I mean, that's really big though, because the Weaver starting with 400 extra gold means he can go for an early passy if he wants one. He can just buy boots, which I guess is what he did.
Actually, as tower diving go, early boots is actually, especially on Weaver, is very, very good. Because your early levels of Sakuchi is fairly short.
So even after the Sakuchi runs out, having that Apophis shield up, you want to be able to chase for the kind of explosion.
This tri-lane for EG defensively is actually pretty weak. Like, they don't have anything. You can see that Bane's getting Enfeeble at level 1 just to slow down the CS, but Loda's just straight up harassing Mason.
Yeah, I think this lane for EG, as soon as like you see the Weaver AA, there's always the potential for an aggressive lane, but it's not a guarantee because at that point they hadn't really picked like both of their cores yet. So it's really hard to anticipate. It's like, do we go for this or do we go for like a greedier lineup? And I think in a way, like Alliance got a bit of an edge in terms of the laning phase.
Also at the same time, because Bane has got Enfeeble level 1, it makes their rotations or roaming if they want to gank mid lane much weaker. You really need the burst damage from Bane, especially once he has Brains level 2 and 3. So I don't know exactly how EG is going to recover from this, because this lane can't even farm.
The other thing too to keep in mind is that under normal circumstances, a tri-lane, like an aggressive one like this, they don't always have the potential to dive, but if Zai and PPD leave, Mason is dead. Like they will dive under the tower and they will kill him every single time. So this is not like other tri-lanes where you can just play defensive and be like, hey, I'm cool, you know, I'll just sit by the tower. Not with this lane.
Universe. To get a bit aggressive on that. Bulldog is 4 stacks up and should be able to pick this one up. It actually just gets the aggro off the tower there as well, and there's a 5th stack. And poor Admiral Bulldog will be dropping. Took a little while, but Universe, Bat versus Doom, is that something you'd normally see?
I think Universe has played it very well. The general rule of thumb is any melee hero, or well, any hero for that matter, is you don't want to get above 3 stacks. So when you get 3 stacks, you just walk as far away as you can, and maybe Bulldog just counting too much on his tower to keep him alive there.
And that Rider had excellent, you know, aggro control under the tower, so it's like...
RTT's doing really well mid. He's been bottom correct from very early on. He's like top on lattice, and he's going to get that DD as well. So S4 having to...
he's going cross-west, wow.
I thought cross-west would be the better choice. You want to disrupt the team fights, surely, more than you want to bring damage to this.
I mean, the team lacks disables, right? That's one thing we mentioned during the draft.
I mean, but the only extra disable...
Like,
I mean, I guess if you land Tornado, it's good.
Yeah.
Even though RTZ is doing well in this lane, like he's not playing a hero that could, for example, roam bottom, get a double kill, and then, you know...
And they kind of need someone bottom.
Right, so I feel like RTZ, despite doing well, as long as S4 doesn't leave the lane and could protect his T1 tower, he's fine.
Bottle crowing everywhere for EG. Universe is bottle crowing on the off lane as well. He just sent the bottle back, so he's looking to stay ahead on his lane. And if he can get an early blink as possible, maybe he's the person that's for EG is going to be able to make the rotations and mess up the tri lane.
Speaking of rotation, there's a little bit of damage being dealt here to Zai. Nice torrent though. Gonna hit on Loda. They go for the chilling touch. Nightmare is on. EGM gonna shield it off on Loda. They want to turn around. They want to go for Mason. They might be able to dive this, but they do need to be careful. There is a full creep wave. That damage output is insane.
They're gonna go back, but the shield's gonna break, giving Zai a little bit more damage. Mason critically went boots first as his item. No greedy for saving up, whether it's Helm of Iron Will or Midas. He needs as much survivability as he could get. Also, the magic stick is a big part of that as well.
Yeah, well, I think the one extra strength that you get from a Quasflex Invoker is that he can TP to gank, whereas Exort normally wouldn't.
Oh yeah, Sunstrike.
Well, yeah, but
Exort.
I'm saying like the amount of control and extra kills and damage that you would get from that is going to be quite a bit higher. Arteezy using the rest of his remaining mana to not take more damage from that.
I don't think he's going to die.
S4 wants to make him use it. He wants to make him use it.
Blood, OP.
Oh, he's being so greedy. He actually gets away with it.
He's going to go back and flame breath him? Yep. With the regen on.
That value.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
Gotta be careful.
He's gonna have another fire breath. S4 knows that though. He's got Quas regen. S4? Oh.
He's just like, is he trying to outplay them? Like he's not gonna die because he's
blinks first, loses. That's it. That's the kill.
But there's a TP in, so
yeah, he's going down.
A shield? Yeah, there you go.
EGM picks up a nice counter kill.
Well, that's worth for Arteezy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. EGM's gonna get level 5 because of that. It's only 5 minutes in. It's pretty good, man. Of course, Invoker dying is bad, but at least they didn't completely lose out. Still though on S4.
Yeah.
Like just standing there, dude. It's like, yeah, whatever. Come at me.
I guess it's kind of good EGM getting quite a bit. He got quite a bit in the bottom lane. He even got a little bit of farm where Loda was actually harassing as well. So he could actually be the big kind of mid-game hero in terms of being able to turn the tide for Alliance when the fights will go down. But I still got a feeling Universe is probably the most important player so far on EG's team when it will actually come to matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge, these last days. And he's actually just taken the rune, haste rune. He's going to find S4 in the river, and Arteezy will find him as well. No stun. Oh, going to save the stun.
He could have
no rotation coming in.
I think. Wait, did he have mana? It's 200 for Ghost Walk.
And then what, 25 or is it?
Yeah, but he had 3 1 charges. I think he could have Ghost Walked.
Yeah.
He could have also EMP'd when he walked up to high ground or something. But yeah, another death for S4.
It's kind of a big deal. S4 generally, if not winning the lane, at least comes out even. We remember that Brewmaster game where he had a tough time lane and got like a very quick Blink Dagger. Well, Invoker, not only is he goal dependent, he's very level dependent as well. So I'm not sure he's going to have any impact in this game, aside from throwing out like 2 spells in a team fight.
But it's not even like keeping S4 down. It's also like you give Arteezy a good start. You give Universe a slightly better start. And, you know, if Arteezy can get tanky enough, even if you end up throwing a Doom on him, you know, DKs are happy to sit through a Doom and stay in the team fight just to stay in the team fight.
Oh, he'll right-click too.
It doesn't take him away, yeah. So it's nice for EG, despite the tri lane not going so well. At least the other 2 lanes have gone really good for him.
Yeah, both their solos are actually insanely over leveled right now. They're gonna chase on Zai. Loda, he's got a shield on, he's got that chilling touch.
I think he's
throwing the Scarabs. Oh, he's faking the torrent. And Loda, he's gonna go for the kill. Shikuchi's farther in. There's nobody on the side of the map for Zai. Like, he's not having the greatest of times right now. There you go.
Well, if you're EG, look at that as like, hey man, we're just gonna miss at least 2 waves of farm. Let's just CS.
Yeah, but EGM gets it. It's almost worse.
Yeah.
Like, give it to the Abaddon. Almost level 6.
Dire's middle tower
is
under attack.
I feel like Alliance is winning so hard on the offlane that it doesn't even matter that S4 is just having a tough time. I mean, it does. He wants
level Bulldog's died as well. He could be dying again. There's a X-Kunka. Oh, they ping it out. They know he's there. Okay.
I think it will matter. I think Zai will still be pretty useful when it comes to the 5v5 fight. He's had a tough time then things might kick in more for EG.
This Quas wants Invoker, man. Doesn't have
got
the damage.
stunned.
Arteezy wants to go in. Dragon Tail. TP reaction coming in from EGM. Should be fine.
And then he realized, oh, they had no HP. Probably killed
That
him.
flame breath.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit aggressive, guys.
He has no fear.
No fear.
No fear.
I mean, if you know exactly how the case is going to work out.
But Andy, nor do EG.
That's true. That's true.
That was like so 2 weeks ago.
It's fine, dude.
Well, it was Austin. I wasn't here 2 weeks ago.
Fair enough.
So, Arteezy, Invis, he pops a bottle just to have enough mana for the Breathe of Fire, and that's another death on S4, man. He's 0-3 right now.
You know what this reminds me of? Like Vigos back in like 3-4 years ago, where he just like makes the mid guy he's playing against look like a scrub.
Dire's middle tower.
Sorry,
Well,
but Arteezy is.
To be honest, the first death was overconfidence. Like,
Yeah.
he was trying to make a gutsy play, and it backfired. And that somersaulted into him dying 2 more times, basically. I mean, the Invis was unlucky, but...
Dire's middle tower.
We're going to have a blink on Universe now, so a 9-minute blink. And that, when that comes into effect, we should see EG kind of align their efforts a little bit more. And he's going to pick up a smoke on top of it, so we'll see where they're going to want to go. Tower goes down to Arteezy.
Well, Loda TP's in, and he's actually quite low, so if they have enough chain stun, can get him dead, but looks like they're not focusing top. Would be a TP rotation by now if they want to kill top.
I'll say this, like, even if Alliance have a bad time on S4 for a little while, and Bulldog has died once, eventually those heroes are going to get big, right? And then you have to worry about a Doom and a very farmed Weaver. You can Doom one of the cores. I mean, you probably, well, actually, Luna and DK don't really care about Doom, to be honest. And then you're going to have boat buff on the Doom's target anyway. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Top lane.
Should be a kill.
Yep, here comes the lasso. We're going to see Arteezy rep him first. There's a stun. I think he stunned the creep.
Yeah, and then Lotus Kuchishin got picked up.
Yep.
So time lapse.
Dire's top tower.
Doesn't matter, got the kill.
Yeah. Still secured. Well, yeah, that's something. And all this time you have to consider, just because of the rotations and also Loda leaving the offensive tri-lane, they've been able to get some decent farm on the Luna, and they're actually going to pull in Ake and we'll pick up a kill bot lane. TP rotations coming in. We all see S4 going to pull up a cold snap. Going to have to run away though as Eclipse is used. Here's going to drop, and Loda, all by his lonesome, is like, just take a fight with the creeps. This feels a little bit more comfortable right now.
Yeah, EG destroyed a tier 1 tower up top. They're going to try to go for more. Arteezy's going to have Flame Breath, and here comes him. What a Flame Breath, pushing poke people back. Okay, the burst. Does he have a haste rune? He does.
Yeah, he's pretty fast.
Running them down. Good spike.
Throws up here. He's like, you know what? You're dying for this, even if you get denied.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, no, he can't get to him! He can't get to him!
Okay, run the other way.
Got him. 1 health. He had 1 HP. So 2 denies in that team fight. EGM denied himself, and then Arteezy denied Universe.
I don't know why my chair is just...
Gone crazy.
I think you got the broken one.
I got the Shane one.
Got the fake chair. Still better in favor of all the team fights again in EG. And things are slipping away from Alliance. If you're looking at what Alliance could or should do in terms of items or what they want to do, well, where would you want them to go with this game plan so far? Andy, Lumi?
Items for
S4
Alliance.
hides in the trees. Huh?
The items for Alliance, you mean?
Yeah, like anything that you feel like is kind of crucial to get them back into the game. Is it levels? Is it items?
It's levels more than anything. I mean, if you look at the level comparison right now, it's Arteezy's level 11 and S4 is level 7. Not great. Like, if you're that out-leveled on an Invoker, the levels for him are more important than the items. Sure, it's nice to have like a luxury Force Staff or drums or an Aghanims or whatever your item of your choice, but without levels, the hero just doesn't function. A carry where you can just get gold and make up for his lack of levels in farm. It doesn't work that way for Invoker.
For me, it's if you're in this situation, your items have to help you fight now. I was surprised that Admiral Bulldog didn't pick up a mech because I saw him having 2,000 gold, but instead he's got a Blink Dagger, and I think that Blink Dagger was pinged out. So Admiral Bulldog's first surprise gank might not be that effective. Also, to that point, Loda's gone for drums first. Normally on a Weaver, you want to go for that Linken's and then the Deso. You want the big right-click items. But he's really forced to fight because EG, if you look at their lineup, sure, they have decent mid to late game, but they could also push now. with both online on their support Kunkka, 2 points in Lunar's Plus, and you have a DK in the front line. You could just get every tower outside of the tier 3. So I think Alliance need to have items that fight, and they have to rotate. And here comes a push on tier 1 bot.
TZ is pretty tanky as well, just having that casual bracer on top of power treads. And also, Fiend's Grip is now online, just level 6 for PPD before this tower gets under siege. And it kind of feels like Alliance pretty hesitant to take this fight, as Universe will scout out and look for a pick, won't find anything, and they're just picking up the farm where else they can, which was mid with Admiral Bulldog, and also top. It was Loda pushing out, and they're going to back away even before the creeps hit the tower. So EG definitely setting the pace of this game. Definitely be worried if I was a fan for Alliance, and it's going to be interesting to see how this Ghost Ship, just a level 7 Kunkka, will come into play in the next team fights. But you have to be pretty scared going up against a Bat Rider and a Shadow Blade DK right now, surely. Is it even worse? Even worth trying to go for like an early gem to try and stop like some of the initiations?
I think the gem carrier would just die. I think you kind of have to. You have to sentry, basically. Like,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, well, RTZ looking to strike.
Yeah, there's no sentry down either. The sentry is actually for EG, so they know that there's no detection in this lane.
They also know EG is here. I don't think they can get a kill. They have a shield.
Wow, that reaction nice.
Yeah, the shield comes on. That should be it. The EG has the Observer in front of that tier 2, so they also see Admiral Bulldog coming in.
Can they do? Like, the thing is, Alliance don't have a team for initiation. That's why I thought, like, so surely that it was going to be an X or an Invoker, because if you don't have initiation, Quatswex just doesn't really feel that good. Wow, they're going to X and send RTZ back to base. Talk about value.
Pro. He's even going to bottle Zai, so that X was free.
Universe being doomed.
Getting chased down by Loda in the woods. Loda actually time lapses. It's like, nope, I don't want any part of this.
X torn on Doom, but he's very, very tanky. The Eclipse comes off, as well as a Grip. They get Doom dead immediately, so that Doom did not even fire off. Meanwhile, what a tornado drops everybody, but do they have enough damage follow-up? They don't. Nightmare goes on RTZ. Nightmare's taken. The boat's gonna hit. No, he will not, but it gives everybody at least movement speed. Meanwhile, the Urn goes on S4. He's straight up dead. Loda, there's nowhere for him to run. There's detection everywhere. One more right click's gonna do the job, and Mason, well, he's gonna take down at least the Bane with him. My mistake for calling the Doom. Looks like he doomed somebody else before the fight even broke out.
Yeah, he doomed Universe, and Universe ran away. But that was really bizarre. Like, that whole engagement was just really weird.
It's like Alliance feel like there's not going to be probably many opportunities to get a team fight in their favor, but when you push the DK away and send him back with no mana, it feels like you kind of want to make something happen, and that's why they chase maybe a little bit too far, even with Doom used on Universe. Yeah. But yeah, of course, RTZ came back, and it was all in favor of VG at the end. But not huge match. I think it was like 4-2 in kills in that last engagement.
Yeah, I really like the way that VG's been using their Kunkka as well. Like, the support Kunkka is something that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. And it used to be run pretty much as a roamer, like more than anything else. It's like you set him up with a guaranteed stun at level 3, and then you have somebody else there with him. Like, anybody really works, because X range is actually fairly long in comparison to what most supports can do once the X is actually level 2. But just being able to go back to base like that, it doesn't seem like a big thing, but you're spending, what, like 2 minutes less walking around the map every time you do that? Yeah. Like, give or take. So, and then you don't have to waste a TP to get back to a tower to continue farming. So just having that kind of map efficiency is huge.
It reminds me of Ember Spirit. Like, sure, you have to jump to, you know, another hoop to do it, but that effect is so powerful. He was even able to bottle Zai up, you know, on the way back, having a full bottle.
Yeah.
Gem on Universe now as well, so yeah, like Alliance feels like they need another good 10 minutes farming and getting some core items, like even just finishing the Force Staff on S4, getting something decent on Doom, so when he actually blinks in, he's got some sort of power to the team fight. But speaking of Doom, Admiral Bulldog and Ake are going to be smoked in the enemy jungle. Going to eat up a creep, and nothing really going to happen down here apart from picking up the tier 1 tower potentially, but they might be trading it for a tier 2. There's Universe with Lasso available, looking to strike. Tornado EMP on RTZ will connect, and he will have 15 1 charges though. And that tier 2 tower goes down. So Alliance avoiding the fights the best they can, trying to get the items up, and Loda heading towards his Lincolns as well. But EG just digging out the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, again,
gotta put some pressure.
Alliance have this lineup, at least hero-wise. They don't really do much later on, so EG is appropriately punishing them for that. I mean, they have a DK, one of the best tower pushers. And if he's ever low or needs mana, XTP, man. What a tech.
I don't know, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, that tier 1 bottom died, and they traded a tier 2 mid for it, and that was where Alliance put their aggressive tri-lane that was supposedly winning really hard. But we're going to have to wait on that. S4, he gets lasso initiations there. It actually hits quite well on the EMP, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Here comes the boat bump to try to keep the team alive for the time being. Boat is going to hit there on Ake in the back. He manages to go down. Loda gets Fiend's Grip as well. That's 2 kills right now going in favor of EG. They're continuing to chase out. EG continuing to go on EGM right now. Ultimate going to be popped. Here comes the Eclipse. Mason wants to go back in. S4. I think this is a dieback. He dies again. Yep, not great.
Can they even kill anybody? No, they can't. Mason just runs out of there. Blink out the Bulldog just wanted one more hit. 5 people dead, or 6, right, with the dieback.
So how fast do you think you can make Alliance GG? Because I wouldn't have said before 20 minutes, but after that team fight, they don't have a lot.
He diebacked, right? Like Booker bought out.
Yeah, RTZ X-backed, and he's now full HP.
That's so good. Like, that is so good.
Yeah. What a change.
The thing is, outside of a Coddle, like, no other hero can do that for you.
GG.
And there you go.
Right before 20 minutes.
19 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the big things in the last round as well was the Ice Blast from Ake. Unfortunately, ended up missing on the target they wanted to take down. I can't remember who it was that was doomed, but it was like, oh, that didn't hit. And then I think it was actually the Luna. So missing the Luna. And then, yeah.